You ever felt like he's not noticing you as much these days? Does it ever feel like just getting his focus is a full-time job? If you struggle to get your man to notice you in the course of a day, and it feels as though things are getting a little too mundane for your liking, then listen closely and stay till the end. The tips in this video are sure to be an eye-opener. When a man loses interest or pulls away, sometimes just adding a little pizzazz to a doldrum in your relationship can do the trick. If you worry that things aren't the same, or maybe you want him to see you in a new light, then here are some tried and true ways to get him to notice you. Number 1, dress the part. Sometimes a little bit of makeup, a cute hairstyle, and a great new outfit can work wonders. If you feel as though you're struggling to get his attention, then dress the part of somebody who wants it. He can't help but notice when you look your best. Do this for a date night or just because, especially if your relationship has evolved into a sweatpants only attire kind of affair. Here are ideas to get your imagination buzzing. Utilize the wearing of high heels. Oh yes, the classic high heel comes in clutch every single time. The higher the heel, the sexier the shoe. Although your significant other may have expressed his annoyance with your overflowing closet of heels that you don't wear, don't ever think that he isn't taking notice of the ones you actually do wear. We all know there are certain parts of the female body that men love to admire, a woman's legs being one of them. High heels elongate and add definition to a woman's legs, obviously drawing more attention to them. According to science, they also make a woman's butt appear 25% more rounded. So naturally, a man will definitely zero in on you if you've got a sexy pair of heels on. A sexy pair of legs leading up to a firm looking bum is sure to drive a man wild. Many guys love a girl who's a little rough around the edges. It really turns them on when a girl has a masculine edge to her. She's not so much into makeup and dresses all the time, and they find that very hot. Like sneakers, a leather jacket adds a touch of masculinity and ruggedness to an outfit. It makes you appear confident and tough. You're not a pushover or somebody that lets people walk all over them. You can hang with the big boys and hold your own. A man that sees his girl or a girl he's attracted to in a leather jacket is sure to get all fired up on the inside. A strong man loves a strong woman, and if you show that you're a little rough around the edges, he sees it as more of a challenge to step up his own game and impress you. He also likes the challenge of showing that while you think you may be your own hero, he can be your hero too. Guys like the thought of feeling needed, and if they can convince a tough cookie like you that you need him around, that's a huge boost to his ego, in a good way. Sundresses are insanely adorable. Of course, we all know that for a fact. So when springtime comes around and the flowers start blooming and the weather gets hotter, don't hesitate to bust them out. But did you know that men are secretly waiting that time as eagerly as women are? It's because men find a woman in a sundress absolutely gorgeous. It's not only because it shows off and flatters a woman's silhouette, but there's something about the piece that makes a woman look even more majestic and magical when she wears it. Men already look at women like they're whimsical and magical creatures, and putting on a beautiful sundress that sweeps the floor just makes women look even more like the goddesses they are to men. Unlike tights, thigh highs leave that extra hint of skin behind around the upper thighs and hips, which men surely don't mind looking at on a regular basis. Thigh highs show off a girl's pretty long legs, which is something guys can't resist. A girl in thigh highs and a miniskirt, or just chilling in a long t-shirt with her thigh-high socks, is a major turn on for men. They can be sexy and chill, which are two qualities in a woman a man can always appreciate. They're also said to be very comfortable, and with all the cute varieties out there, you're bound to find a good pair of thigh highs that will satisfy you and your boo, or potential boo. Now, what other reason do women put on a sexy fitted dress other than to have their bodies admired? Men feel the exact same way about it too. Men love to admire women's curves, and when you put on a sexy bodycon dress, it's all eyes on you. Keeping it simple and classy yet still sensual and subtly flirty will always win the guys over. They appreciate it when a woman can give off some sex appeal without going overboard. When women wear a nice fitted dress showing off their silhouette, a guy can't help but fantasize about holding you in his arms. Science even shows that women with an hourglass-like figure give the impression of being nurturers, as well as high fertility levels, naturally heightening a man's desire to choose you as his mate. So ladies, don't be ashamed of that bombshell figure of yours. The guys couldn't possibly get enough. Guys really love it when women can flash a hint of skin without showing off too much. And off the shoulder tops and dresses surely do the trick with that. For some reason, men are attracted to that area around a woman's neck and shoulders and upper chest, often called the décolletage. Men find that part of a woman's body very sexy without being too sexy or raunchy. Think more along the lines of sensual and classy instead of trashy. The off-the-shoulder piece is flirty, playful and fun, and also makes a guy more attracted to you because of its laid-back and simple yet cute and tasteful impression. Men often match a woman's fashion choices with her personality, so if your style makes you appear like a fun and laid-back person, he's definitely more likely to approach you and stick around. Looking good does get his attention. Number 2, spice things up. Maybe you two need a bit of help in the intimacy department. So try to turn things up on the spice-ometer. If you feel like he's not that interested anymore, then by all means, try to incorporate something hot and sexy. Now, nothing grabs a man's attention more than his woman trying something new in the bedroom. He'll love it and you'll most certainly get and keep his attention. Guys go crazy for a girl that loves to stretch out in one of his shirts. Extra points if it's oversized. Not only is this a total boost to his ego, but it also shows him that you are relaxed and comfortable in his presence. He can let loose and be himself around you. This is usually the indicator that you're very attracted to him. Women that wear their guy's t-shirt or sweatshirt also profess that they love to get a whiff of his lingering scent in the clothes. Plus, for some reason, oversized and baggy shirts are a turn-on. Besides the visual appeal of a girl in just his t-shirt and underwear, this is also a subliminal message to him that you're all his and that you're proud to be. Chokers. A lot of women feel hotter and sexier while sporting the fashion trend. They like the confidence it gives them. Chokers give that simultaneous lady in the streets, freak in the sheets type of vibe. They especially enhance your neck, which is a huge draw in catching your prey. Other girls like wearing chokers because they're a simple statement in enhancing their femininity and aren't quite as dangly and cumbersome as longer necklaces. When asking guys about chokers in a survey, there was an overwhelming consensus that there's something about them that makes a girl seem a little naughtier. Number 3, surprise him whenever possible. Even the little surprises such as a note on the mirror in the morning can do wonders for a relationship. You need the element of surprise to show him that you're still interested. A surprise sexy text or a note to tell him to meet you somewhere later can really cause him to wake up a little bit. The little surprises can result in a rekindling of romance, and that may be all you need. After a long day at work, surprise your man with a candle-lit dinner. He would surely enjoy that. Cook something simple. Light up some candles and dim the lights. Another way of breaking the chains of boredom is to surprise your man with gifts, movie or game tickets, or simply booking a surprise dinner at a waterfront restaurant. Fancy? Try to think about what makes him happy, then focus on that. For instance, you can leave a couple of 6-packs of beer in his fridge just before a big game comes on, or load the freezer with chips and snacks that he always comes looking around for between meals. When he sees that you're trying, that's going to make him take notice and appreciate you more. Number 4, make yourself a little less available. Sad but true, sometimes men need a little challenge. If you feel as though he isn't as eager or enthusiastic as you are lately, then try taking a step back. This isn't to be confused with making him jealous, as that almost always backfires. This is more about making yourself a little less available to make him notice and wonder what's going on. Sometimes when men are presented with this sort of challenge, it sends a little shockwave. That may be all you need for the desired attention factor. Stop initiating contact at all and let him do the work of contacting you. Even if you don't have other men waiting in the wings, get busy. Take some classes, volunteer, pick up an extra project at work, learn a new language, get into yoga, buy a ukulele. Well, you get the point. Basically, just get yourself out and get active. Intentionally creating a barrier to accessibility means that people who make an effort to call on you are really invested and engaged. Number 5, be confident and show it. It's the way you move and even the way you hold yourself that exudes confidence. Body language can tell a man a lot. And if you're not standing tall, he may seem less interested because you're not as confident as he'd like. Men absolutely love confidence, and it's important that you get in touch with and embrace your own. This isn't just good for him, but for you also, as you remember what makes you the person that you are. Carry yourself as a truly confident and self-assured woman, and he's going to notice this change. This kind of attitude will intrigue him and make you feel better in the process. When you hear about a confident woman, most people will automatically have an image of someone they resonate with in their mind. This person is easily noticed. They portray success and they radiate happiness. They are your perfect picture of confidence. As with most traits, there are certain habits of confident women that you can apply to your own life to boost your confidence and in turn increase the happiness you have within yourself. Now, we all know someone that says yes to absolutely everything, not wanting to let anyone down. She ends up always doing for others and not really for herself. Sound familiar? No is a difficult word for a lot of people to say. That's because it's direct and definitive. A no is a closure of a conversation and is a powerful tool that can hurt when used incorrectly. A confident woman knows that saying no to others often means she's saying yes to herself. And when you say yes to others, you have to mean it, because it usually means you're giving up something for yourself, be it time or energy. And when you do say yes, you don't half-ass it, you mean it. That's why a yes from a confident woman means so much. Number 6, go outside the box and be creative in your methods. Sometimes just being creative in your approach or your tactics is that little jumpstart he may have needed. Think outside the box and maybe even try to think like him for a great introduction to the person that you are. Create a fun day for just the two of you that incorporates things that he likes, like a sporting event or a favorite restaurant. When he sees creativity, attention to detail, and a focus on what makes him happy, he will really value you for the person that you are, and he will return the same. Men tend to take their women for granted, but if you think outside the box and create something really special, he can't help but notice and appreciate it. This entire video can be applied even by different kinds of women who may have had problems attracting men in general, and it's currently the most valuable resource available on the topic. It took us time to break it down into this smooth system, and you're getting it for free just by being an A to Zer. Which reminds me, click on the subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. We recommend you come back here and watch this video again because you'll probably pick up something you missed before. And just for those watching the video to this point, we have a bonus tip as a reward. Number 7. Get back to the basics. Were you a different person when the two of you first got together? If we're being honest, most of us may have been. We become comfortable in a relationship and tend to stop trying so hard. Get back to basics and reinvent your first date. Dress up in the outfit you wore when the two of you first met. Think back to what made him fall for you, then focus on that in your approach. There's a reason he fell in love with you, and if you return to that mindset, he's going to fall in love with you all over again, which is what it's all about in the end.